Good morning, everybody. That's the little intro. We got a walk-up music here from Underground Cities, a small little band in Chandler. It's good to have everybody here today. This is going to be a very informative webinar. I can tell you right now, there's many things we cover in the webinars, but this is going to be really good because we're not only talking about neuropathy care, but we're also talking about making money in neuropathy care. I mean, people can do neuropathy, but it's better if you make money at it, you know. So before we get going any longer, and Devin, welcome everybody to the webinar. We're going to talk about at this point, just an introduction to the system, the neuropathy patient marketing system. Okay, it's a system: attract, retain, and treat. Attract is the marketing. Retain is the exam and the ability to categorize the patients and give them the proper protocols in the treat section. It is a niche. You know, you need to be able to understand what niche marketing is and how it works. So let's just get into this a little bit and what we do. This is a recent research that I presented. I was one of 200 scientists that were included in the Pain Week, the largest pain program in the country, over 2,000 people. It's a national conference on pain for frontline practitioners. This is the great research that we did, changes in pain scales with treatment for neuropathic pain. Just to break it down for you, we saw on average these patients had a double in their nerve scores, which is their advanced neural foot analysis scores, in 1 month, and a basic drop in their pain scale from 8.1 to 2.9, which is about a 5.2 drop, which is 3 times clinically significant improvement. And this is what we find across the country with all our doctors. This is the beauty of it, because diagnosis drives your treatment, which gives you your outcome, and that's really what we strive for. Attract is the marketing tools, retain is your clinical expertise, treat is the proven protocols that give you these excellent patient outcomes. The point is that it doesn't matter if you have a magic wand in your office to cure people. If you can't market, then you're really not going to get them. And so we make it easy, you know, easy new patients for newbies on niche marketing. It's a neuropathy patient marketing system. We're going to teach you to do the advanced neural foot analysis, which is our clinical exam that categorizes the nerve damage, what type of patients they are, what kind of nutritional support they're going to need, and what kind of treatment protocols are you going to give to them. Clinical certainty is what we offer, and scientific validity. You know, it's different. We say that the patients are very sick. They've been educated. They've been to the doctor. They've been to the medical doctor. They've studied this. And you have to have some clinical certainty, and the validity helps you to back up your claims in front of the patients, in front of medical boards, you know, chiropractors or the chiropractic board. So this is the whole point. And our joy is that we actually do what we say. We get results. We have a 90% patient satisfaction with our care in as little as 2 weeks. Okay? For diabetic neuropathy, we had 100% patient satisfaction. So it's really great. And here you can see a little before and after of a patient after just one treatment, you know. So 90% patient satisfaction. So based on research, things that we present. Here's a patient with neuropathy in the form of RSD, reflex sympathetic dystrophy, or erythromyalgia, or they also call it causalgia, or they also call it chronic regional pain syndrome. The patient hasn't worn shoes in about 3 years. That's after one treatment, before and after. So, and you know, it did take a little bit of skill to do this. I'm a member of the Peripheral Nerve Society, and it's really an honor to be in this. It's really only devoted to scientists who show expertise in peripheral nerves. This next week, I'm pretty excited to be presenting our research on nerve regeneration with our care at the American Academy of Pain Medicine there in Palm Springs. It's a very exciting thing when you can back up your claims and, you know, show a patient or a medical doctor, or, you know, that this is what we do. We're talking about the nerves, and neuropathy is nerve damage, and the skin is where these nerves show up. And this is what we basically kind of go over, some of the mechanisms for nerve degeneration and nerve regeneration. You can see in this, these are the small nerves that are in your skin, and we have the ability to diagnose peripheral neuropathy at the level of Johns Hopkins, really. And you can see the small nerves that go up and lead up to the skin. When you have neuropathy, these nerves are gone. There's normal skin biopsy, you can see, and when you have neuropathy, there is nerve damage. So what you want to do is address the nerve damage. You know, you don't want to treat the symptoms. You want to actually make the nerves work better. And you can see that this skin denervation is pretty evident in diabetes or any kind of neuropathy, even sciatica. And you can see that their nerve fiber density is very low. And this is a way for us to, not only in the lab, but also, you know, clinically, to match these patients up with their nerve degeneration by the ability to do the exam. When we did our research, there's only been, you know, 3 cases in the literature of patients having nerve regeneration after whatever therapy. Most of them fail. Our patient had a 433% regrowth, regeneration of their nervous tissue. And that is powerful stuff. Here you can see some pictures, actual labs on these patients, you know. And this one you can see there's about 2 there that come up. And the post-care, they didn't really do so good in this area, but in this area you can see the amount of nerve regeneration that we were able to give this patient. So that means their nerves work better. That means their symptoms work better. And if you don't have a therapeutic protocol that allows you to do this, then you're not really going to get the patients better. So we talk about real nerve regeneration and real results. That's what we do. Well, that's my little intro about what we do. I mean, we could talk about the marketing, but we could do this at another time. But basically what we're talking about is the neuropathy system. So let's get to work on, we get to attract the patients. We know we're going to be able to retain the patients. We have an exam that's 99% reproducible across the country. You know, in our